People, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on? For some reason, my connection was giving me some issues, but I wanted to make I got some great information. This is your boy from Mentourme.com. Give me a second. I'm having connection problems for some reason. Um, 1 second. For some reason, I'm having connection problems. Give me a second. I'm trying to see what's going on. Okay. All right, my connection is better. It's not the best, but tonight we're talking about the importance and the importance of investing. We're talking about the metaverse, the world where everything is changing. This is your boy from Mentourme. As you guys know, when it comes to financial literacy, my goal is to teach you guys how to create wealth while living. I wanted to have this live to really give you guys a level of guidance into what is the metaverse, how will it change the dynamics of life, and why should some of you start putting some of your dollars, if you're comfortable, after you do your due diligence in this metaverse world. As we all know, the goal of the metaverse is to, of course, change the dynamics of how the people function on the everyday aspect of life. But also, there's a business component in regards to the metaverse. We're going to be talking about the metaverse. This is a $40 to $70 billion market cap. Simply, when I say market cap, that simply means the size, the scope of the metaverse. And again, it's going to maybe 200 to maybe a 1,000 billion from what they're saying hypothetically on Google, but I think maybe 100 billion. Could it get to $1 trillion market cap? I don't think that far so soon, but I believe the metaverse is going to change the dynamics of life. And we're going to talk a little bit about the metaverse. First and foremost, I know a lot of you, when it comes to certain things, when it's so new, you're not comfortable retaining the information and really understanding why is somebody talking about this type of investing so early in life. For some of you that may not know, there's a lot of young kids, anywhere from the ages of 18 to, I would say, 23, 24 years old, making anywhere from $500 to $1.5 million a year because of the metaverse right now. So you can imagine what's going to happen when the metaverse actually takes place. For a lot of you, what is the metaverse? What is this whole VR world? What is this whole 3D world? Going to a different dimension of life. People, imagine how the world is about to change when this thing comes to full flourishing. Really think about this for a minute, okay? Right now, let's just look at a couple of different components. Paris Hilton is invested. Epic Games did a concert for Travis Scott, okay? 12 million people attended this metaverse concert. People understand they're just testing it. And it's still, again, the metaverse is a real thing at this point. It actually is in existence. It is here. But the question is, for a lot of you, how do I know if I bought some of these cryptocurrency coins? How do I know if I bought some of these stocks that this thing can actually go somewhere? Why should I invest into the metaverse? Is it really going to go as far as people making it seem like it will? Let's first look at a couple different things, right? We got heavily. One is, I'm going to say, Matterport. For a lot of you that don't know Matterport, ticker MTTR, I think the stock was at maybe $40, currently at $4. I spoke about this stock a couple months ago. I'm heavily invested in Matterport for a lot of reasons. One, the technology that's behind this whole 3D world of what Matterport does, and it's not just in gaming; it's also in the world of real estate. When you think about it, for a lot of us through COVID, when you were, of course, doing a showing, you were going online to do a 3D showing online. The company that was behind that was a company called Matterport. The stock was at maybe $40, $42, currently at maybe $4. This stock is a big metaverse play long term. And of course, when it comes to the gaming world, you can imagine if a company merge with it or buy this company out, what kind of damage can this company really do? For a lot of you, you got to also think about it too. This is one of the cheapest stock that's a multi-billion-dollar company, currently at maybe $4 or $5 right now, was at $40. Now, we all know that the stock market is very volatile. The stock market is not at its bottom yet. This Thursday is a very funny day. I'm going to be honest with you, because Jerome Powell, the federal chairman of the United States of America, is going to be speaking, and the market could actually go lower because there's a high chance, of course, he's increasing interest rates again. What that does is simply, of course, makes money more expensive. It reduces also what we call your purchasing power, meaning it's going to take you more money to buy the same things. It's important to understand, people, everything I'm going to be talking about tonight, economics play a role. Also, vision plays a role. Also, self-discipline and patience plays a role. For a lot of you that missed the Amazon wave, when Amazon was $6, then got to whatever, $3,400. For some of you that missed the Facebook wave, when Facebook hypothetically was at, I think, at $35 and then got up to maybe $300. A lot of you need to understand this wave here you don't want to miss. A lot of you, I get it, when you want to make money, you want to see instant results. What we're talking about tonight is long-term growth. You're not going to see $1 million next month. You're not going to see $1 million maybe next year. There's a low probability of that. But can you see millions of dollars in the next 5 to 7 years? Yes. 5 to 15 years? Yes. If you understand what you're investing into. We're first going to talk about the stock itself. We're talking first and foremost the metaverse. What is it? It's a 3D world that's going to really put us in a position where we're going to have to wear goggles. And you're going to pretty much live on Earth like you're currently living, but you're now going to be able to go to a different world where you could buy clothing, where you're a cartoon character, you're an avatar, you could become whoever you want to become. And the moment it gets to a point where people start to really adhere to this, you could imagine how many millions of people, celebrities have already started buying land in some of these cryptocurrency type of metaverse plays, such as one of the biggest, Sandbox. A lot of you need to understand what's happening. When the world, okay, is moving at a slow pace to eventually become the biggest thing ever, a lot of you are scared. Because right now, for some of us, the economy is kind of rough. We're scared to invest into anything. Some of us, we don't have any savings. Some of us are working check by check. But if you do have funds, you want to see something new, you have patience for, remember what I said. This is not a month, 3 to 5 years. What I'm talking about tonight is not for you. If you're one of those that you want to see $1 million in the next 6 months, this is the wrong live to listen to. But if you're one of those that want to take a chance and see how to make millions of dollars years later, maybe 5 to 10 years later, if you have patience, maybe even earlier, this is something you definitely want to pay attention to. People, the metaverse is going to change the game of how we change the world on how we look at things. It's going to change the game of gaming. It's going to change the world of how we watch games, actually NFL games, NBA games, baseball. I'm going to give you guys a lot of demonstrations and examples tonight to really open up your mind a little bit, to really show you how far this thing is about to go. We're first going to talk about some of the stocks that I recommend you write down if you got a pen and paper. Matterport, MTTR, which is the cheapest one. I'm heavily invested. Unity, which was at maybe roughly $200 or $300, now at maybe $45. I highly recommend ticker U. Metaverse, which we all know. Metaverse is now ticker META, Meta, which was formerly known as Facebook. People, of course, you guys know Facebook is going into the metaverse. Not even is going, it's already there. And you can imagine what's going to happen. They're going to probably have their own wallet, their own currency, their own everything. You're going to be buying clothes on the Facebook platform, on the metaverse. You're going to have their own. Of course, they bought, if you really think about it, look at the plays they already did. They already bought the goggles Oculus, okay? $2 billion. You think these companies are going to spend $2 billion for something that they're not going to really grow with? Really think about that. $2 billion Facebook already bought Oculus. And the reason I'm telling you guys this about this whole metaverse tonight, because a lot of you need to understand, you got to see things before it happens. For a lot of you that's struggling in this world, that's still trying to make ends meet, that's still trying to figure out, how do I get rich? How do I win? This is how you get a piece of the pie from early. The problem with a lot of us, we want to get a piece of the pie when it has already been exposed. It has already grown. For example, when Bitcoin was $1,000, some of y'all didn't believe it. When Bitcoin was $1,500, some of y'all didn't believe it. When Bitcoin got to 5,000, some of y'all still didn't believe it. Bitcoin got to 20,000, some of y'all still didn't believe in Bitcoin. Bitcoin got to 40,000, some of y'all still didn't believe in Bitcoin. Bitcoin went to $68,000. Some of y'all still didn't believe in Bitcoin. What that tells me is, no matter what part of life that Bitcoin was in, some of you would have never invested. And it's okay. Because now some of y'all will say, I'm glad I didn't invest, because why? Bitcoin went from 68, currently was at what, 17.5 a couple weeks ago? 17.8. Now it's down to what, 21, up to 21,000? People, I'm gonna tell you this: if you pay attention to the Bitcoin chart, just to really go off topic and come back in topic, right? I want y'all to understand, every couple of years, maybe 4 years, Bitcoin surpasses whatever it peaked. So if it peaked at 68,000, where do you think Bitcoin's gonna be 4 years from now, 5 years from now? Make sure y'all understand it, because as we're talking about that, we're talking about this whole metaverse. $40 to $60 billion market cap as we speak. When we're talking about some of the biggest stocks, we talked about Matterport, MTTR. We talked about Unity. People, Unity is one of the biggest gaming, pretty much make all the components of some of the biggest games that you could possibly think of, the 3D dynamics of all the video games that anybody you know possibly play. Unity is at an all-time low, and again, it could possibly go even lower. This thing was at maybe 150 to 250. Now it's at 40, I think $44. Okay. Apple, you guys already know Apple is going to be in the metaverse. You could imagine. You got some of the biggest. NVIDIA ticker NVDA. Now, I'm going to be honest. The next one I'm going to talk about, of course, is Roblox. People, Roblox stock was at 200 or 250. The stock is down dramatically right now. I think at maybe $45. Roblox is one of the biggest, next to Facebook, when it comes to the metaverse. I want y'all to understand where this is going, this whole metaverse. You will be wearing glasses. You will be shopping online. You will be buying clothes online. Big corporations, that the brands you've heard of, such as Nike and many other brands, are trademarking their brands for the metaverse as of now, and it's confirmed. Do you understand why they're doing this? They're doing this because this is the future. Your kids, if you don't have kids, or if you do have kids, they will be in this metaverse. You will see your kids telling you, I want $100 to buy some shoes. You're going to ask them, where's the shoes? They're going to tell you, no, it's some shoes for the metaverse so I can wear online. You may not believe what I'm saying now, but it's already happening, just at a slower speed. Now, think about it. I want to stay focused on Roblox for a moment, okay? And I spoke earlier and told you guys the cheapest stock as of this moment, which is one of the biggest in the game, is Matterport, MTTR. I have maybe 3,000 shares at, I think, $5. I'm holding for 5 years. People, you will learn what's going on. I have so much to talk about. Now, let's talk about Roblox for a moment. You guys have kids. If you don't have kids, if you probably heard of Roblox, if not, when you get a chance, get on YouTube and just watch a Roblox video. Again, a Roblox is like a 3D type of gaming for young kids where everything moves in blocks, which is kind of awkward to me, but at the end of the day, it works, and it's catching a lot of attention. Here's what's funny. It's one of the top 5 biggest plays that's going in the metaverse. The stock is down at least 75%. Imagine 75%. This is a great time to get a couple shares. You may not want to get every share you want as of this moment, but you might want to get a couple shares of Roblox, Matterport. I'm just that type of guy. I want the least one, so I went with Matterport, MTTR, and that's what I'm rolling with. Eventually, I feel comfortable. I am going to get some shares of Roblox also, but I don't really need that much of Roblox. I feel Matterport's going to do me right. Now, imagine this, okay? Roblox have students, people, young kids who are making $500,000 a year right now to $1.5 million a year making clothing for the metaverse. And some of them have just licensed and signed big endorsement deals. Imagine these young kids are making $1 million a year creating virtual. If Roblox is willing to pay them $1 million a year, what does that tell you about the metaverse? That's one. Let's really look at the next aspect, okay? Some of the powers coming in different dynamics have raised hundreds of millions of dollars already. You really think these people are going to invest to lose their money? You think Facebook would rename its stock ticker and create this whole world it's been talking about for years for no reason? I know a lot of you may not understand it now, but you're going to see why I'm doing this live, and I'm only going to do it once. Now, we're going to go a little bit deeper into the metaverse. We all know, okay, great. You could play games. You could feel like you could be at home playing video games while you're in your living room. You feel you could eventually have the chair, which they already have, that's moving, make you feel like you're in the game. You could even put on a suit, which is so impressive. There's a company called Sandbox VR, which is so impressive, where they're touring the world right now. And what's happening with Sandbox VR, which is pretty dope, you get to, of course, for 20 or 30 minutes, get to actually be in a game shooting with you. It could be husband and wife, whatever the case may be. You're shooting, and it's like you're in the real game. You're moving in the real game of the metaverse, of the 3D world. People, we're not done yet. Let's go. Let's talk about sports. Some people, you guys need to go deeper than this, right? Really think about this. Imagine you're a person that can't get courtside seats. Well, damn, I want to really see what it is to watch the basketball game courtside. But you realize, well, it's sold out online. That's going to change soon, because you got to really think about it. With the world of where Metaverse is going, imagine putting on your glasses while you're home, your goggles, your Oculus, as they call it, and you're now courtside at a basketball game while you're sitting in front of your living room. Let's go a little bit deeper. Imagine a person who's disabled, can't walk, can't move, maybe spinal cord, whatever issues, can't walk, can't move. Over the world, but remember, they can't walk, they can't move. They put the goggles on. Now they're able to be in Japan. Now they're able to be in Jamaica. They're walking the streets with the goggles on through the metaverse. And as we talk about sports, you got to understand how much it's going to change the game. There will no longer be a limit on how many seats there is at a game anymore, because there will be no cap. Because with the metaverse, if you have those goggles on, you're not really there. So that means I could, as a basketball CEO or founder or owner, I can have unlimited seats because they're all virtual. You guys got to understand how much that's about to change the game. Imagine you could put on goggles and you can see what your kids are doing in school and actually have them make adjustments to some of the things that they're doing because you're now sitting right next to them. This metaverse world is deeper than some of you think. You guys are just looking at it as, oh, these kids are about to just have some fun playing cartoons. No. Playing some games. No. People, this is about to change the world. And it's already slowly doing it. So when I'm talking about some of these stocks that I highly recommend you take a look at, I'm not giving you financial advice. I'm just giving you some education on the $40 to $60 billion metaverse world, which is about to go to maybe $500 million to maybe $1 trillion company. You guys might want to take a chance to really see what's happening. Now, for some of you, you're still like, well, I don't get it. Why would somebody pay to be in another world when they're sitting at their home, right? Just like this, why would somebody pay for a Louis Vuitton bag, okay, when they could buy a $20 bag at TJ Maxx, right? It's the same concept. As we all know, the social media world is now being, to a certain degree, controlled based on the information that pushes in front of you. Because we all can agree, the honest truth is, when some of you see something on social media, you want it more because that person has it. That person's doing it. For some of us, this person drives a certain car. I love that car now. This person has a certain type of outfit on. I love that dress. I want that dress now. This person is doing this. I want to do it too. This person is dressing this way. I want to dress like this too. What happens when celebrities, your favorite celebrities, your favorite TV celebrities are telling you to come on to their home, come to their home on the metaverse. Come club with me in the metaverse. It's so much fun. It's only $10. It's only $20. It's only $50. Come be a part of what all of us are doing. It's going to first start off with the kids. The kids are going to want to be a part of this whole metaverse virtual world. Right now, people are already buying clothes, shoes. As we go deeper into, of course, the crypto, people are even buying virtual cars, rocket ships at $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, $6,000, $7,000, $15,000 for virtual rocket ships. You guys got to understand, I don't want to go so deep, but when we tap into this crypto that we're about to talk about now, you can imagine in the world, the ecosystem of what we call Solana. Solana, you're hearing a lot of people talk about in the crypto world, Solana a lot. There is certain components of Solana where people are buying rocket ships, virtual rocket ships to shoot each other, chase each other. It's a game for 14, 12, 10,000 real dollars right now. What do you think they're going to pay for it when everybody else catches on? People in life sometimes, again, you got to see something before it happens. This virtual world is going to really change how we move in life, how we travel in life, how we watch games in life. For some of you, how you like to gamble, your addictions, you're going to gamble virtually. Some of you are already gambling online. What do you think is next? You're talking a multi-billion-dollar industry when it comes to gambling. People know the probability of what's the chances of them losing, they still play. And the reason I'm telling you guys is because a lot of you, when it comes to understanding when to invest into something, you're either scared, you're either not knowledgeable, you're either in a position where you're going to say this, I'm going to wait. Okay. And you waited sometimes so long, you missed the opportunity. Just like a lot of us, if you really think about it, when Tesla, the stock, was at $40, you didn't buy. When it went to 200, you didn't buy. When it went to 700, some of you still didn't buy Tesla. Went to 1,000, you still didn't buy. They did a split, it went back to 200, you still didn't buy. Went back up to 1,300 last year. Now it's about to do another split. If I'm correct, I think the 25th, which is Thursday this week. Tesla's about to do the second or third split. Now here's an opportunity for you to start taking some time investing into this metaverse world. And before you invest, I highly recommend watch videos, go do your due diligence. Maybe what I'm saying is just my beliefs, right? Maybe I'm putting $20,000 in some of these things just for the hell of it. But I'm going to tell you something. I'm just like you. I work hard for my money. I'm not going to put my 20, 10, 15,000 into something that I don't believe in, that I ain't do my homework in. I'm going to tell you that. We're going to tap in real quick into the crypto world. As you guys know, one of the most powerful cryptocurrency coins based on my belief is Ethereum. But as you go into the world of the metaverse, when we talk about that particular world itself, Solana is a great coin, a great crypto to definitely invest into. It was at roughly 147. I think it's at $35 right now. And getting a couple shares now, I think it's, Jerry, appreciate you. I guess Tesla's splitting doing a split tomorrow. Shout out to Jerry on Facebook. What's going on, Marlene? What's going on? Martha, the boss of the building. What's popping, people? We're talking about the metaverse tonight. We talked about certain stocks. I highly recommend you guys start taking a look at which all of these stocks are down. It's a great time to buy if you're interested in the metaverse. I believe you will probably make return. We're not talking about the crypto stocks, the cryptocurrencies a little bit. Sorry, I say crypto stocks. The cryptocurrencies, right? We know the most powerful crypto is Ethereum. We know Solana has a lot of value in regards to the metaverse. But there's some cryptos that's very, very cheap. And I think it's a great time for you to start taking a look. Now, for some of you, I know you guys love the risky, he say, she say type of cryptos, which to me never makes sense. Like the Doge and the Shiba. You know, could you make some money off of these type of things? Yeah, because Shiba has dropped maybe 95%. Doge has dropped maybe 95%. But, you know, I mean, a return on investment is a return on investment. So if it doubles, it doubles. So if it triples, you know, so yeah, you could make some money as the crypto market come back up if Shiba and Doge come back up. I'm not that type of guy. I don't like to buy cryptos that really don't carry any value. I don't like to follow the hype of social media when they're telling people to buy certain cryptos. I like to buy cryptos that carry value. In the top 3 cryptos we're going to talk about tonight in regards to the metaverse is going to be number 1 is Sandbox. If you're on Coinbase, which I highly recommend, and I told a lot of you, if you're going to buy crypto, I recommended you to buy crypto on Coinbase. Some of you didn't listen. And when I spoke about this numerous times, you decided to be cheap, and I want to say, well, the fees are too high. I'm going to buy on different platforms, such as Voyager and different platforms. Now some of you are crying because your money is lost. You can't get in your accounts because you guys know some of these platforms already shut down, and a lot of people lost a lot of money. To me, if you're going to buy crypto, why not buy from the best, the strongest company, the strongest platform to buy from, which would be Coinbase, which would be FTX, which would probably be after that Binance, and I would probably also say crypto.com. I would go with those 4 to buy any crypto that I'm talking about tonight. But for some of you, I know you are trying to save $1. You want the cheapest way to get everything. You always want to be cheap at the wrong time. So you're probably on some no-name platforms where you might lose all the money you invested. But at the end of the day, you're a grown adult. You do whatever you want to do. But I like to buy all my cryptos right on Coinbase and Coinbase Wallet. I got some of them, of course, on crypto.com, and I have some on, of course, on Binance. Sandbox is one of the biggest crypto plays when it comes to gaming, when it comes to land buying. You guys have heard many individuals starting to buy land. And in the world of Sandbox also has so many endorsements right now. Tony Hawk, so many people are in the Sandbox world right now. And what's crazy is Sandbox was at roughly $8. K West was popping, baby. Imagine Sandbox is roughly at $8, now at $1 or probably 80 cents. This is, I mean, I would think it would be a good time to get a couple pieces of Sandbox on Coinbase.com or Coinbase, the app. Now, I know a lot of you, again, while I'm talking about this whole metaverse and telling you where this thing is about to go, people just don't ever say somebody didn't give you some game. Because the problem with us, I get it, we don't like to listen. We like to keep our money in these bank accounts, getting no money, maybe 1%, and gaining no wealth, not investing. Some of you got to understand, if you're scared to take $1 risk, you might as well just never put your money in the world of investing. Sandbox is roughly, I think, $1 for one Sandbox coin. At the end of the day, If it goes to $2, you doubled your money. It already went to roughly $8. So people, what's the likely chance of Sandbox going to $2? That's not what we're worried about. Imagine Sandbox years later hit $200, $300 for one Sandbox, and you bought it at $1. So many big endorsements, so many investors behind Sandbox, and some of you have not even looked at it. You're still following the hype of Shiba, Doge, and all the foolishness. I told you guys straight up, look. CRO, which is crypto.com. I'm a super fan of their coin. Polygon, I'm a super fan. I'm heavily invested. People, what I've learned, when you invest into some of these things we're talking about tonight, you have to have discipline. You have to be patient. If you're in a rush to make money in regards to anything that I'm talking about, the 5 or 6 stocks that I told you guys that's going to be in the world of the metaverse that I highly recommend you take a look at, or even these 3 cryptos that I'm going to be talking about. And here's what's crazy. Sand is at about $1. Mana, as you guys know, Snoop Dogg and many others bought land in the Sandbox and all that stuff there. Mana is where you buy land. And a lot of celebrities are starting to buy land in Sandbox, also in Mana. MANA, which is on Coinbase. People, I think Mana is roughly at $1, probably a little bit less than $1. Now, imagine you're buying virtual land. For some of you, it's like, well, I don't get it. Why buy virtual land? At this point, you're right. It doesn't carry value. Because if you have the land, it's not like you're not a celebrity, so your land really don't carry no true value. But what I've learned about this world lately is that with the right push and the right hype, now your land carries value because everybody wants a piece of what you have. But the reality is they didn't buy. And yeah, think about this too. Some people bought land next to celebrities. You could already see why they're doing that. Now, you could imagine years later, people are all in the metaverse world. They bought land. They're playing games on Sandbox. They bought land on Mana. This whole world is changing. You're now in your living room. You're at the courtside game of the Miami Heat. You're now in a car, in a Lamborghini while you're sitting at home driving a car. How is it even possible? The world will be changing so fast, you're going to be kind of late. Just like when I spoke to you guys years ago about artificial intelligence. I spoke to you guys about AI, okay? I also spoke to you guys about autonomous vehicles, stating that companies like Uber, they've been testing it out for years. They're trying to get rid of drivers because they want everything to be autonomous, meaning driverless. You guys now, when you Google, you see it's really it's slowly happening. They want drivers out of their cars because you guys, again, an employee is the most expensive cost in business. And what better thing to do? Get rid of the employee. That's why I always tell you guys this thing, because the way the world moves and how fast it's moving, if some of you don't start to see what's happening now, you're not going to be able to catch up. Just to understand how far the metaverse is about to go, what is it going to cost? How far is it going to change everything about you and your life? Some of you don't understand. See, the reality is the metaverse is going to be very addicting because it's going to be something new. I can imagine some of you watching, scrolling through social media through the metaverse. And you know what's funny? I got to give Mr. Zuckerberg his props. Not only does he own Meta, which is Facebook, he bought Instagram. He bought WhatsApp. He bought the Oculus goggle company for $2 billion. People understand what this man is doing. He's controlling to a certain degree on everything that you use, watch, and see. Really think about it. So he can now, if he really wants, program what you need to see to push you to the world of the metaverse. Just like how some of you right now, TikTok is every day. It's an everyday click for you. Some of you know you can't live one day without going on IG. And you lie to yourself sometimes to say, well, I'm not really a social media person. Sounds good. Some of you can't even lie. You're addicted. You can't go a week without IG. You can't go a week without TikTok. You got to click. You got to see what's going on. And the same energy you put in there, the same energy you're going to put when all those people disappear from those platforms and transition into the metaverse world. Because why? You're going to want to know what's the hype about. But imagine owning the hype. Imagine not only you're watching the hype, you're making millions off of the hype. See, just like when you look at it, Snapchat, I remember the stock went to, let's say, $29 when it went public, dropped down to $5. And I told some of you, I said, I'm buying right now at 5 or 6. Some of you didn't listen. And then Snap went to what, 70. I made a lot of money. Then Snap tanked. Now it's back to $10. See, what a lot of you need to start learning is that the game of life, when you're trying to win and create wealth, you have to buy low and sell high. While other people would be scared to invest into something like the metaverse, will be scared to invest into anything involving the future of the world, I'm heavily invested into artificial intelligence. I'm heavily invested into the metaverse. I'm heavily invested into autonomous vehicles. I'm heavily invested into stocks that control the sensors of autonomous vehicles, because I look at life like this. 5 years will pass us by in no time. And there's going to be two types of people. That person that say, damn, I wish I would have, could have, but didn't. Just like with Bitcoin. Some of you let Bitcoin pass you by. I want to say I did. I had a chance to, I had Bitcoin at $200 and I had 600 pieces. I held it for a year. I said, man, this thing is stupid. Because the person that I'm getting my information from, instead of me doing my own homework, their life just didn't make sense to me. No car, no nothing. I'm like, man, what is, man, it's some bullshit. And it was so volatile. To see Bitcoin last year or early this year go to $68,000. Some of you still feel Bitcoin is never going to hit 100, I'm assuming, right? Or it's never going to hit 150. Oh, the cryptocurrency world is stupid. Oh, some of these stocks that I talked about the metaverse, it's never going to happen. See, it's the same concept you had when they told you the iPhone was going to change the world. It's the same concept that they told you when AOL was going to change the dynamics of life, then Google took over. And Google's going to change the dynamics of how internet works. When they told you that YouTube was a stock that you should have bought, but Google bought it. And Google's making billions of dollars off of YouTube individuals. People, one thing about life I want you to know, I'm going to keep saying it. When you want to be wealthy, you got to see things before it happens. The person that invests and hold and be patient and be disciplined is going to always win. The person that's going to take their money and not do anything with it and just watch the next person grow. These young kids nowadays, I don't know if you guys heard this. While we're going through we're starting on the tip of a recession. Ferrari, the high-end car company, just stated that Ferraris are on back order for 1 year. Some of their highest level clients that are buying Ferraris is young kids. And guess where the young kids made their money off of? Crypto and stocks. There is young kids, 19 years old, 18 years old, making millions of dollars. Some of them made millions of dollars just off of what crypto did in the last 2-3 years. Living in mansions, driving the most luxurious cars, owning the most lucrative businesses because they believed in something when it was down. Now, here's what some of us like to do. We wait till certain things skyrocket, then say to ourselves, I want to buy, when it's too late. Now, for to really understand, wealth is a mindset. This is why I started saying, let me talk to you guys about the metaverse. Whole 3D world where you put in goggles on and that's going to change the game of how life works and how life is moving. And why you should buy certain stocks after you do your due diligence. Because people, there will be a point, and I also said this too, and I'm not going to change from this. I'm heavily invested into the stock called Space, SPCE, Virgin Galactics. I'm down maybe, what, 50,000? I'm so comfortable. I know for sure in the next couple years, it's already happening. A lot of people will say, I'm not traveling to Jamaica and Bahamas and Dubai anymore. I'm going to travel to a planet. And when you guys start doing that, watch where the ticker Space and all these space stocks are going. People are going to be traveling to planets very soon. Now, here we go with the metaverse world again. You already know these companies are already thinking. Well, for some of you that can't afford, which is very expensive, a $250,000 or $500,000 ticket to the moon, well, can you afford a $1,000 ticket to the moon? Well, for $1,000, I can get the same feature as this person without going up there. Yeah, just put these goggles on. You see where I'm going with this, people? That's what's about to happen. When you see the dynamics of where the metaverse is going, people, this should be very clear to you how the world is about to change in regards to how we travel, how we watch entertainment, how we live our everyday lives. Imagine you can put on goggles that can show you what the aisle of certain stores look like. They already got robots scanning products in the aisles of certain stores. But now imagine I got my goggles, which is going to tell me at the end of the day and show me what Walmart looked like inside. But I'm not really there. But if you connect the two, okay, well, you got the goggles. Well, how do I have the products that I picked come to me? You guys forgot about Instacart? If you connect Instacart with the metaverse, do you understand how much of a dangerous game, when you put the two together, this is about to be? People, you got to think about where this thing can go, and it's going to go there. Soon, people are going to be so obese from not moving. That's going to be the moneymaker. Obesity is going to also be an issue because why? The metaverse and this whole 3D world is causing us not to move. Because we can put on our glasses and our goggles and put us in a position of being anywhere we want to be. And then for some of you adults that's on the live, imagine putting on goggles. I'm disabled, I can't move. But damn, I love the strip club. Think about it. I love the adult industry. Porno. Think about it. With these glasses, I'm disabled, I can't move. I can have porno. I can have the strip club come to me. I put on my glasses, I'm at Tootsie's. I put on my goggles, I'm at Booby Trap. I put on my goggles, I'm watching porno as close as I can watch it. Do you understand? Big Boy signed a deal with one of the cryptocurrencies I just spoke about, which is Sandbox at $1, people. Y'all better pay attention to what's happening. This metaverse is going to change everything. Because now people get a clear insight, an up close and personal view of anything that they couldn't see before without moving. That's why the third crypto, I talked about Sandbox, I talked about Mana, I spoke about the last one, which is it's called Star Atlas. Star Atlas is not even a penny. Not even a penny. I think it's a great time to buy Star Atlas. And guess what ecosystem it's under? This is why I said, if there's a crypto I would recommend you to buy, Solana it's something serious. Because Star Atlas is under their ecosystem. So why not buy their ecosystem, which is already Solana was at 150, currently at, let's say, $35. Star Atlas is at pennies. Yeah, you could buy Star Atlas and Solana, but you could just buy Solana, which gives you the whole ecosystem. Because when you guys start seeing years later, this video I talked about tonight, seeing that people are in their living room, putting on goggles, watching porno. People are putting on goggles and they're at a strip club while they're in their living room. Do you understand there's people in this world that's permanently disabled that can't move? It's going to change the game. Bobby wants to be in Paris. I can't move, hypothetically. Do you understand I'm in Paris with a click of a button? I don't even have to get on a flight. I wonder, how is that going to change the airline industry? That's going to be a good one. How is the airline industry going to change? Because no matter what, people are still going to want to fly because they want to get that full experience compared to that 3D experience. We got some comments. Where can I buy Solana? The best place to buy Solana, and I want to say this, guys, I recommend Coinbase.com. Coinbase is the most expensive, by theory, as people say, which it is, platform to buy crypto. I don't care how expensive it is because we're talking $35. I'm going to tell you why. Sometimes in life, you can't look at the fees of what other people are making. That's their business. They built a great platform, very user-friendly. You got to look at the fact of also the safety. You got to look at the fact of this company also is trying to work with the government compared to these other companies who really showed their behind recently, who filed bankruptcy, where billions of people lost their money. These no-name companies. And this is why I told a lot of you, stick to what works. But I know a lot of you, I want to save on $2 fees. I want to save on. I don't get people sometimes, right? When it's time to save money on something that you should save money on, you don't. When it's time to save money on something that's $3, that's when you want to penny pinch, which makes no sense to me. So, Christopher, if I'm going to buy Solana, I'm going to buy it through Coinbase. If I'm going to buy Sandbox Crypto, I'm going to buy it through Coinbase. If I'm going to buy Mana, I'm going to buy it through Coinbase, multi-billion-dollar company. And here's what's beautiful about Coinbase. Coinbase also has a stock ticker, okay? Ticker COIN. Here's what's funny about Coinbase. When Bitcoin tanked a couple weeks ago to $17,000 from 68, from 68 to 17,008, Coinbase was at roughly $47 a share. How much was Coinbase when Bitcoin was at 68,000? Coinbase stock was at $400 for one. Now Coinbase is back to $70 for one. And I feel it's going to keep going down. I wonder what happens to Coinbase stock if Bitcoin goes to 10,000. Coinbase might be at $12, $8. Pay attention. The biggest platform in the world, next to FTX, that people buy cryptocurrency. Bitcoin hypothetically tanks to 10,000 or 9,000. I'm not wasting my time buying Bitcoin. They can have that. I want the platform where everybody's buying cryptocurrency, which is Coinbase, the stock, ticker COIN. Because you could imagine that might be at $10 or $5. What happens a year or two later when Coinbase goes back to 400, or if Bitcoin hits 100,000, Coinbase might be at $600 or $700 for one. Something that you bought for $10. And imagine you have 1,000 pieces. People, you're an automatic millionaire. Automatic millionaire. That's why I'm watching how this market tanks. I'm hoping and praying that Bitcoin, I'm praying Bitcoin goes to 10,000, 8,000. I'm hoping it hits it. Because if it hit that, I'm going straight to go see what the price of Coinbase looks like. Because if Coinbase hit $12, If Coinbase hit $5, I kid you not, I'm putting $50,000 at 5. Just for it to go to 10, I already made 50. You got to really think about what's happening, people. We're already on the tip of a recession right now. I've been calling this out for 4 years. I told you guys we were going into a recession. We're already on the tip of a recession. It's now confirmed. We're on the tip of a recession. This Thursday, Jerome Powell is about to most likely increase interest rates. People, we're going into a recession. They say they're going to try to do a soft landing. If this real estate market or crypto market crash, you got to know which play to play, especially if you're a person that loves where the metaverse is going for your future. A lot of you keep saying you want to be wealthy. A lot of you keep saying you want to be rich. You want to stop working. You got to understand, wealth comes learning. When there's a catastrophe, there's always an opportunity. Whenever there's a catastrophe, there's always an opportunity. The bill was popping. Shouts out to Dubai. Shouts out to the Middle East. Coinbase and BlackRock. He is correct. For a lot of you that don't know, Coinbase and BlackRock, which is owned by Bank of America, just merged. They're working together. What does that tell you? Coinbase is at 400. Now it's at roughly, let's say, 75. They just merged with one of the biggest hedge funds in the world, who has trillions of people's dollars, billions of people's dollars. You already know BlackRock is now about to bring to the front table to their clients cryptocurrency. Through what platform? Coinbase. Coinbase was at 400. It's at $70, people. It was just a couple months ago at 45 or 47. The more Bitcoin keep taking, the more Coinbase stock will keep taking. Imagine if you guys pay attention, put alert on your apps, whatever apps you're using, Charles Schwab, TD Ameritrade, and Bitcoin hits 10,000 or 8,000. That means Coinbase stock might be at $5. If I had $20,000 to throw or invest into, I'm not buying Bitcoin. I'm buying Coinbase, the stock, at $5, because I'm going to make way more value with Coinbase, the stock, because of the amount of shares I'm going to have long term. People, I'm not going to hold you guys up too long. If you got any questions, put your questions below. Tonight, I thought I'd share a great idea, a great investment, a great proposal for yourself and your future and your wealth. Remember, my goal is to teach you how to create financial wealth while living. A lot of you are working check to check. A lot of you are trying to say, what's my next play? A lot of you are saying, what is investing? Investing is seeing an opportunity and pulling a trigger as long as it makes sense. This metaverse is going to change the world. When they told you Tesla was going to change the world, you didn't believe it. When they told you Apple was going to change the world, you didn't buy. When they told you Amazon was going to change the world at $6 now at $3,400 a share, you didn't buy. How many times and opportunities will you let pass you by before you finally get the point? This is your boy Bob from Mentourme.com. You guys have a great evening. Enjoy your night. Shouts out to everybody that's on Facebook, YouTube, IG. I will be posting this video tomorrow. Make sure you guys follow me on TikTok, Mentourme954. And I got a new PDF coming out, people. I got a new 2-course book coming out in the next 14 days teaching you how to make money. Make sure you get on my website. I'm going to post that. Once my website is fully redone, I'm redoing my whole website. Once my website is fully redone, you definitely want to jump on my course books teaching you how to manage money, how to invest money, and people, how to be a better you so you can make millions of dollars. Mentourme.com. You guys have a great night. Appreciate all the love, support. Everybody that's on all these platforms. You guys have a great night. I will see you guys Thursday night on the Pain for Truth topic. We're talking about a great topic alongside my partner Mike when he's going to be in the building. We're talking about why is having 2 jobs not the best idea. A lot of us got 2 jobs. Let me tell you, we're going to break this down psychologically. and financially. Why having two jobs makes no sense. Mentourme.com. You guys have a great evening.